Welcome to Quick Tips for Ringing, a YouTube series presented by Alfred Handbell, a division of Jubilate Music Group. Episodes premiere on the 10th of each month and feature a topic of interest for directors and ringers, presented by well-known handbell clinicians, followed by a coordinating musical example. On the 20th of each month, supplemental music for the episode will be posted. Follow Jubilate Music Group on YouTube to be notified of each new release. You can also join us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Our music is available from jubilatemusic.com or your favorite retailer. Hi, I'm Sondra Tucker, editor for Alfred Handbell, and today it's my pleasure to present this episode of Quick Tips for Ringing with our guest clinician, P.L. Grove. P.L. Grove is a pioneer in the world of handbells. She was a founding ringer in Sonos Handbell Ensemble and is the artistic director for Velocity Handbell Ensemble. She's performed with the San Francisco Symphony Chorus, Kronos Quartet, soprano Federica von Stade, and twice on Garrison Keillor's A Prairie Home Companion. She is past president of Handbell Musicians of America, as you may know, but she's also a member of an elite group of people who have a degree in handbells. Welcome, PL.
Hi, today we're talking about stop sounds or articulations. We're going to start with a thumb damp, which is just what it sounds like. Your thumb's on the front of the bell, and you're playing the bell with your thumb on it. Make sure that you follow all the way through, like this. You can play a drier thumb damp, either with your thumb farther up the bell or your forefinger on it, or you can play what we call a wetter thumb damp, where the bell sound comes through a little bit more. Can you hear the difference? You'll really be able to hear the difference on the larger bells with just my thumb. You'll need a little bit more extra to get a solid stop sound on those. Sometimes your whole hand with the larger bells, or maybe even two hands with a bell this big. So that's thumb damp. Let's go on to pluck. Now, never pluck up, always pluck down, meaning the clapper is going to go down towards the bottom of the casting, towards the table. How you're going to do that is you're going to pull the clapper up with, I use 2 fingers, pull the clapper up and then throw it down towards the table. You can use your other hand to steady the bell by holding the handle. Just make sure you don't push the handle into the table. So hold the handle, pull the clapper up with 2 fingers, and throw it down towards the table. Just like that. When you get into the smaller bells, the bell tends to roll a little bit, so you're probably going to need a hand to steady. And if you have larger hands, the smaller the bell, the harder it gets, which is why I suggest just 2 fingers. Larger bells, I use 3 fingers. Now, we also have a pluck lift, where you pluck and lift the bell so that the bell continues to ring afterwards. That's pluck. The next stop sound is called martellato. Martellato means to hammer. We don't hammer bells though, so no hammering. But what I tend to do is just pull the bell all the way back towards the side of the table and just barely tap. If I want a little more sound, I'll tap a little harder, but not hammer. And this works on all the little bells. When you get into the larger bells, there's a little adjustment that's needed because the clapper tends to bounce twice. So you need to tip until you find just that sweet spot when the clapper won't bounce. So just know that with the big bells, you'll get a little bit of a bounce on that clapper. And we also have a technique called martellato lift, where you mart and then bring the bell up so that you can hear the sound reverberating off the side after the martellato. So that's martellato lift. Those are all of our stop sounds for today. That's just a quick review of how you do each one of those. And I want to do one more thing, and that's to show you a little trick that I have for shaking. Shaking is not a stop sound, but I find that people tend to have trouble with shaking. With a good shake, the clapper should go forward and back in a fairly even motion. And people have trouble with that when they're doing this, depending on the adjustment of the bell. So what I tend to do is I turn the bell sideways. If you're holding it correctly, you should be able to just turn it sideways fairly easy. And I bounce the handle off the palm of my hand. And that gives me a little bit of torque. And I can just kind of rotate it and bounce it until I get a clear, nice sound. It's definitely easier with the smaller bells to shake sideways, but I can also do it with the dreaded G6 and on some of the larger bells as well. As the bells get larger, it does get harder. Yeah, that one's kind of hard. That's a D5 and an E4. Nah, not happening, but hopefully there's not much shaking written in music for E4 or G3. Yeah. So that's your sideways shake. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching. See you next time.
Our thanks to PL for that great demonstration. Now, sit back and listen to one of our best-selling Advent compositions, Keep Your Lamps, by Ben Tucker. Thank you for watching Quick Tips for Ringing. We're glad you spent some time with us today. Our videos can be found on the Jubilate Music Group YouTube channel, and these videos also have a home on Facebook on the Quick Tips for Ringing Facebook page. Our sheet music can be purchased from our website at jubilatemusic.com or from your favorite retailer. You can follow Alfred Handbell and Jubilate Music Group on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Thanks again for tuning in.